First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Ruach HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yakin that's out there on the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. Risking your lives to do so, as we know that they have already passed a law that you have to register your Bible as a lethal weapon, you know. And you know that it's not against the Christians, because what scriptures do the Christians bring out? John 3:16. And they distort that, because they'll just tell you, for God so loved the world, and they look at that word world as in the entire world, all the nations. But it doesn't. Who is his world? Who are his people? The Israelites. So it really translates to, for Yahweh, because that's his real name, Yahweh, and his son's name's Yahushai, not God, not Jesus Christ. For Yahweh so loved his people that he gave his only begotten Son, and to whosoever, which is the elect of Yahshua, of Israel, shall believe in him, shall not perish but have everlasting life. That means that we're going to come back into this truth, you know, that we have the seal, you know, and that we're going to know this truth. And this is the time to know the truth. That's why we're coming out here and we're proclaiming it, you know. But Christianity, they ain't going to proclaim that. They're just going to again, distort John 3:16 and everything else that they do. But they're not the ones going out in the streets and proclaiming the truth. We are, the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and the confusion of faith that be among us, you know. And so, you know, lots of things are happening, as we know that Esau's getting desperate because he knows his kingdom's about to fall. The holding company, Donald Trump, is raising taxes on everything, and so, aka tariffs. And so we know that these things are impacted, because now gas is almost $4 a gallon here, you know. So it's eventually what happens in Brazil is going to happen over here. They are going to go on strike, and then shelves ain't going to be filled, which is the whole thing that's being purposed by the Rothchilds and the holding company, Donald Trump. Of course it's going to institute martial law, you know. And we know that everything's being set up on purpose. You know, now they're trying to mess with the South China Seas, and now they're trying to, you know, move in on North Korea, and are killing people right and left in Syria by pretending to fight the terror groups, but really they're shooting targets in Syria that the terrorists couldn't destroy. So they're wiping it out, you know, by so-called, you know, supporting Syrian Democratic Forces, which is really another terrorist group. That's the new Free Syrian Army. And then you got Turkey doing the same thing, selling land off to the Free Syrian Army, which is really the terrorists, which is really ISIS, which is really all of them. They just changed the flag for different narrative and different story. But all these places are being drawn in, and it's the Most High himself that's hardening Pharaoh's heart to go after Syria and go after the region there, you know. And all these countries, they hate the whore. They hate Babylon the Great. They hate these Edomites and want them out of there. Iraq wants them out of there. Afghanistan wants them out of there. Pakistan wants them out of there. Libya wants them out of there. And so now they're looking to Russia as shield. You know? Be thou a shield unto them. And so that's what's happening now. They're looking to purchase more S-400 systems, you know, and Saudi Arabia is looking to get both the S-400 systems and the F-35s, because they know that they're tired of Zionists. And it was Albert Pike, the Satanist, that the Edomites look up to, the Illuminati, that already said, well, how this Third World War was going to be fought. It was going to be all these nations were going to take up a proverb. We're going to come against the Zionists, and the Christians would fight against the Muslims. All happening right now, you know. And we, the 12 tribes of Israel, are here watching our enemies fight each other and kill each other off. A Walls of Jericho effect. Our enemies are destroying each other, and we're just kind of kicking back and watching the whole thing pop off. And we know what to do in that day, because of course the chip is coming out. That's why all these things are happening. That's why these stores are closing. That's why the prices are going up. That's why he's deliberately fucking off the Allies, because they're planning to crash the whole thing. Goldman Sachs just recently said, though, that, you know, in order to win the trade wars, you're going to have to crash the system. Well, they've been wanting to crash the system for some time. That's how they're going to bring in that chip, the microchip, the mark of the beast. So, you know, I'm going to read out of Psalm chapter 91, and, you know, we're talking about that secret place, you know, which is, you know, what you do to come to the Most High, how you give yourself in supplication to Him, you know, and you pray and you fast and you call upon Him. Psalm 91, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust, you know. So that's what we are to do, proclaim this, you know, and to praise supplication to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence, which is when these nuclear missiles hit this place and destroy it, shall become nothing but pestilence, and it's going to be really loud. He shall cover thee with the feathers. It's talking about them ships, them chariots. And under His wings shalt thou thrust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. And that's what we're doing now. We have this truth. We have a shield and buckler. While all these other falsehoods are out there, we have a shield and buckler against them. Thou shalt not be afraid by the terror of night, nor by the arrow that filleth by day. What's that arrow talking about? The nuclear missiles. We're not afraid of World War III. We're not afraid of these things to come because we know that this place has to be destroyed in order for the next kingdom to come. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This has to happen. Nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not cover nigh thee. You know, and again, you know, the Most High Himself, the Son of Man, Yahushai, the one that the world eagerly calls Jesus Christ, is going to be the one thrusting the sickle forth and killing people right and left. One with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. And how do they do that? By settling in the lands here and murdering all the Native Americans that were here. Who is that? That's the tribe of Gad. That's the Israelites. Who is drinking of the blood of the saints? These Edomites. This place, America. For He shall give, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. You know? So World War III is going to happen. These missiles are going to hit this place. But if we are among that elect, and hopefully we are, we're not going to feel that judgment. For He shall give the angels charge over thee. In other words, the angels are also going to be killing people right and left. To keep thee in all thy ways. Thou shalt bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So the angels are protecting us too. You know, you saw that crazy bitch, that Yvette, if you will, come up against the camp and start tearing down our pictures and started, you know, messing with our camera. What happened? The police came and arrested them because angels are on our side. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash a foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and otter, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet, because He hath set His love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. And what's that name? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Calling on that name, that's what gives us our power. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And what does that word salvation means? It means the nation that shall be salvaged among all nations. Who is that nation that He's always been building up, that he has made as kings of the earth, as sons of God? That's talking about Yasha. So our nation, the elect of our nation, are the ones that shall receive salvation. That's just going to be salvaged from World War III, from this judgment known as the day of the Lord. Woe unto those that desire the day of the Lord. For what end is it for them? You know, that's the funny thing. These Christians think that there's going to be a rapture event, and that they're just going to all of a sudden be brought into safety while there's 7 years of turmoil because they don't understand the scriptures. Woe unto them, because guess what? The Most High is going to kill their fucking asses, because he hates every one of these goddamn Edomites that settled over here, that murdered our people, that have drinking of the blood of the saints. So I hope this has been edifying, and always remember this: he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. That's about what's going to take place here very shortly, as we see this continuing. All these taxes being raised, and a further push for the war. It is the Most High that's doing this, making our enemies fight each other. Shalom.